your host, and I'm not actually behind the screen. I'm right behind you. Flying solo? Alright, Jason Derulo, however you want it. You know what, Sorry, am I rambling? Stretch your mental muscles with... Does Sesame Street even have public transport? Considering what the Latin word monstrum means, what would you expect the Cookie Monster to do with a cookie? Keep it hot and oven fresh. Eat another one every night. Free it from a locked cookie jar. Or predict your future. This is the fun part. Please do better next time. None of you got it. The Latin word monstrum means an omen and is related to the verb for to show, whence we get the Spanish word mostrar, meaning to show, and the English word demonstrate. So Cookie Monster would probably be able to tell you about your ominous future. Ominous futures like, missing your future have no cookie. Let's move on to, my primordial soup has too much time. Considering Carl Sagan's famous quote, which of these is most likely the recipe for apple pie a la Sagan? Step 1. First follow recipe for the universe. Step 1. Define the word apple. Step 1. Separate hot molecules from cold. Or drumroll please. Okay, now stop. Carl Sagan, a famous physicist who created the show Cosmos, famously said, to make an apple pie from scratch, one must first invent the universe. Because that apple wasn't made from scratch, nor was the soil it grew on, nor was the planet that caused apples to evolve, and so on. It's such a good recipe that he was tempted to put it on the Voyager Gold record, but it was beaten out by a rendition of All Star by Smash Mouth. Coming right up, I'm the bad at geography guy, duh. If Billie Eilish were Eilish because she's only mostly surrounded by ocean, what could she call herself? Billie Peninsula, Billie Archipelago, Billie Estuary, or Billie O'Brien? This is the part where I correct you. A peninsula is a landmass that juts out into the ocean but isn't quite an island. She says all the good girls go to hell, so I think that leaves all the bad girls to stay and haunt a Hot Topic, or a Claire's or whatever. I love this one. The most image-processed woman in history. If you've looked into image processing, you've seen that one sample image called Lane.
This question has been deleted for being too inappropriate. Normal programming resumes shortly. Please stand by. We can now return to normal programming. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Your food for thought, Schadenfreude, a life story. And it's a sorta kinda. I'm gonna read a list of 7 injuries, and for each one, tell me if it was inflicted upon pro wrestler Mick Foley.
We apologize once again. But this sorta kinda had to be cut because it features injuries from a dangerous MTV show, whose name will not be named. We at this channel want to show respect for the people who got these injuries, which we had to censor, even if this game is not suitable for children. Unfortunately, because this channel doesn't want to be terminated. Consider the number of subscribers it has, we had to do it. We will be skipping to the next question in a few seconds. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience.
This next one's called, I Need My Fix. Daisy tells me I drink too much coffee.
You do! No human should drink that much coffee, and you're drinking another one! What the heck is wrong with you?
Get off my back, Daisy. It's just how my body works.
It's a miracle it still works at all! Considering Candy hasn't died yet, what's the largest dose of caffeine that I can expect she takes? 2 milligrams of caffeine per day, 20 milligrams.
This is gonna be good. The human body starts being addicted to caffeine as well as experience some adverse side effects at a couple hundred milligrams. For the record, I drink coffee because I like the taste.
You're drinking Cuban espresso, Candy. Nobody drinks Cuban espresso for the taste. To be honest, I'm surprised you're not more coffee than blood. Like, if a vampire bit you, he'd have jitters in his vampire coffin bed.
That makes me wonder, what if I turn into a vampire? Would I thirst for coffee or blood?
I don't know. Probably both.
Yeah, let me just, Are you satisfied with the outcome of that round? That was rhetorical because the next round's starting either way. Hey, I hope you didn't lose interest in salty trivia yet, because we're not even halfway there. We got a whole other round starting up. This round makes all the stakes higher, twice as high to be exact. Let's dip our toes into this one. Don't forget, you still have lifesavers. Use them to your advantage. So much to do, so little time, right? Please welcome, have your cravat and eat it too. That frilly thing Austin Powers wears around his neck? Yeah, that's called a cravat. Miles Edgeworth from Ace Attorney does too, and so does Matt Preston, a judge from MasterChef Australia.
Actually, Candy, he quit after their 2019 season.
Did he quit wearing that stupid cravat, Daisy? Anyway, that's beside the point. If the cravat-wearing food critic Matt Preston was fed one of his own cravats, which is the most appropriate criticism he could give? Your Croatian food is undercooked. Your English food is unappetizing. Your Italian food is over-seasoned. Or your Mexican food... This is the fun part. Mamma mia, that's a spicy mistake. The shocking truth is, the word cravat derives from a Croatian in French, which makes sense considering that the first cravats were worn in Croatia. Speaking of MasterChef, why do people freak out when someone with Indian heritage cooks Japanese cuisine? How is that culturally insensitive? We both have a profound love for curry. Actually, so do the Brits, but that's beside the point. Riddle me this. Creatures of sin. So I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist, and I can't stop thinking about those 7 Deadly Sins characters. You know, the homunculi. I feel like their character designs could just be way weirder. What would they look like if they resembled the cortical homunculus? They'd look like Frankenstein's monster? The sizes of their body parts would be distorted. They would reflect the Elric brothers' perceptions of themselves. Or they would have their brains on their stomachs. This is the fun part. This answer reflects your wrongness. In case you're wondering, a cortical homunculus is a neurological map of how the brain senses different body parts and how much of the brain is devoted to them. It also looks freaking weird. Hey, at least if Lust looked like a cortical homunculus, no one would be thirsting over her. Oh, who am I kidding? There's gotta be some weirdo out there who would be into that. Your food for thought, checking on my Amazon stocks.
And now, candy trivia with Salty Bar.
Screw it, let's have a Laffy Taffy. What's the derivative of Amazon? Amazon Prime. A calculus joke. I don't think Laffy Taffy knows its audience, people. Let's say that Amazon is a cubic function. What kind of graph would Amazon Prime have? 4th degree polynomial, a parabola, a straight line, or a different cubic function? Here's the T. The derivative of a polynomial has a degree 1 lower than the original polynomial. So that means the 3rd degree polynomial Amazon will have a 2nd degree Amazon Prime. Or in other words, a quadratic function whose graph we call a parabola. That was just word salad to me, I don't know. Okay, wait. I got a genius business opportunity. Someone write this down. So, okay, it's Laffy Taffy, but has advanced math jokes on it, and we market it to like students and schools and teachers, and it's called Graffy Taffy. Alright, now that I say it out loud, it doesn't feel so good. Let's move on to... Liam is such a bee when he's angry. With timing, so grinding, it's all. Good, I hate repeating myself. With what title does this rhyme? Liam Mace. What do you have for me? You might expect me to know everything about the amazing world of Gumball since I named myself Candy Bar and all, but here's the thing. I don't. Your food for thought. Yas, queen, dance! Which dancer's moves are on point? En pointe. The ballet dancer? Allow me to explain. En pointe is a ballet term for on one's toes. Which proves my point that toeless shoes are pointless. Prepare your mind for Blackadder holes. Suppose Doctor Who was able to use his TARDIS to travel back in time to visit one of the Blackadders from the sitcom Blackadder starring Rowan Atkinson.
Actually, Candy, they're only ever called the Doctor. Okay, Candy? Not Doctor Who. You're making a fool of yourself.
I think you're having me mistaken for someone who cares about that. But anyway, suppose the Doctor from Doctor Who, Happy Daisy, was able to use his TARDIS to travel back in time to visit one of the Blackadders. Based on the premises of each season, which of the following is not a way that he might help him? Overthrowing Julius Caesar in ancient Rome? This is a part where I correct you. This answer is more cursed than the Scottish play.
You mean Macbeth?
If this show gets cancelled, it's gonna be your fault for cursing it. This answer is more disappointing than Colin Baker. You're welcome for your lifesaver. So, what do you think is the right answer? The earliest series of Blackadder was set in 1485, way after the days of the Roman Republic. So come on, TV producers, get off your keisters and give us an episode of Bluey with the cast of The Office. Wattpad just isn't tickling my fancy anymore. Welcome to Like It or Leave It. Roger that, let's advance. The topic is Sit Down, Shut Up, Com. And the options are Three's Company, Seventh Heaven, and 8 Simple Rules. Be kind, rewind to the golden days of the boob tube. Had more seasons than the number in its title. Three got 8 seasons, 7 had 11 seasons, 8 had just 3 seasons, and 6 had 5 seasons. Try wrapping your head around that. Featured actor John Ritter. Bless his soul, John Ritter also voiced Eugene Brandy from King of the Hill till his death in 2003. Had a black main character. Good old Lisa Turtle, played by Lark Voorhees. Saved came out in 1989 and was ruined by the reboot in 1993. Got cancelled multiple times. Warner Brothers cancelled 7th after season 10, but the CW brought it back for an 11th. Taxi changed hands from ABC to NBC in season 5. Guess that makes 2 studios that tried to get sloppy seconds from a cancelled show like a Vulture. 7 or above on IMDb. The lowest rating out of this bunch by far is 7th, with a 5.5 out of 10 against Family Matters 6.6. That's all 5. Let's see how it affected your final score. Game, set, and match. I do hope you enjoyed Salty Trivia with Candy Bar. I did at least a bit.